some reason the video ended again, I don't know why. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the best thing we can do is say no more to the government. Here she comes. Coves. No, we have to say no more. I mean, all around the world, people have got to say no more now. Enough is enough. You know, all this fear spreading, all this nonsense, and all this cautious, excuse me? Cautious. You're not that cautious to go into lockdown, are you? Yeah, with all the damage that's going to cause. So come on. The numbers are down. You know, you've got about 3 million people that had both stages of the jabs. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, dear. Well, if the vac works, then, yeah. Open everything. Yeah. Oh, indeed, yeah. Come on, this way. Come, Mollie Collie. Come, Bubba, go. Mollie Collie got the pinky collar on again, haven't you? You got the pinky collar on again, Mollie. Hey, that pinky collar. Hey, for the Bubba girl. Yes. Oh, indeed, yes. The one that Lucy did have on. Mollie's now got that. Yeah. Well, they went for a swim earlier. They did. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed the swim. Well, Chewie did, and Mollie did. Yeah. Well, actually, Riley went in, and so did Micky as well. Micky went in, and Lucy. Yeah. Well, Micky and Riley are a bit hesitant at going in. They went in before they realised it was actually deep water. They didn't realise. But where the ball went, they went in for it, and they both sort of sank down and swam back. Aye, they were fine, mate. They can swim. They just need to realise that swimming is actually good for them, and it's good exercise. You know, and on hot days when they get a bit heated, then swimming is a fantastic thing for them. Yeah, and to enjoy that, really. Covie hasn't been in yet. I've not chucked her in. I won't until she's a bit bigger. She needs to get to at least near full size before I'm going to do that. Amber, I'm not going to encourage her to go in the water yet. Once she's had her pups and fed her pups, then different matter. Yeah, then okay, she can go in. But that'd be more summer, wouldn't it? I've got an itch. Yeah, that'd be more summer. So therefore she can go in there. Indeed, yes. Well, spring, summer, I suppose, yeah. Yeah. Aye. Well, pups should be born in about 2 weeks' time. Amber's about 2 weeks' time. Because I guesstimated around about the 14th. So, yeah. About 2 weeks' time, there, isn't it? So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll find out how many pups she's having. Yeah. That'd be fun. I think it'll be the first time that Covie has met tiny pups. Because obviously she was a tiny pup only recently. She met her brothers, or brother and her sisters, but they were the same size as her. She's not met any smaller, is she? So, aye, that'd be good. So of course, in about 9 weeks' time, she'd be a bit bigger, Coves. But then Amber's pups would be about 7 weeks old. And at the right time that I can put Covie in with them. And they can have a play with her. And they will be towards her as she is towards this lot. Yeah. All sort of running around nutcase. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good for them. It'd be good for her as well, yeah. Hi Covie, how you doing, bubs? Talking about you. I was talking about Covie, wasn't I? Yes. Talking about the little Covie bubba. How you doing, Coves? How you doing? Right. She's doing good. She's had a drink already. I said to her that enough was enough. No more drink. Well, she's got to get to the stage where she realises when enough is enough, really. Because otherwise she's going to keep on, peeing during the night. Coves, leave it. Good girl. Come, babes. Exactly. That was just the point. She just went to get a drink from a little puddle. She doesn't need it in any way, shape or form. No, she's got a titsy tiny little bladder, but she doesn't understand that. Wait. Chewie, what? Give a bottle, Chewie. Here you go, mate. Come on in. On you get. Oh dear. Hi. Well, we had a good walk today, certainly this time. Yeah. And Covie had a good walk, definitely. She's over there right now. There's Riley. Hello, Riley. How you doing, mate? There's Amber down there. Well, Amber won't be coming out. She'll be coming out for about another week, and then I will have to, just take her out just on a lead. Well, because of the fact that, look at the situation. She is going to be about a week away from giving birth, so I've got to take care of her. Right, you get your tissue then, okay. Okay, Coves, you can have that, baby. Whatever. Right, Covie, enough. Come on this way, Covie, leave it. Good girl. Come on, babes. Well, I was just thinking, if the person who had that tissue had COVID, that could be full of COVID, and we don't know for a certainty that she'd be okay if she was, licking something with COVID all over it. She might not because she's still young. Well, you never know. No point risking it. We won't risk it for a biscuit, will we, Coves? Leave, Covie, come. Leave it, Covie, leave it. You want a tissue around there. Come on, Covie, leave it now. Yeah, another bit there. Leave it, Coves. Covie, leave it. Now, leave it. That's a masky, yeah. I shouldn't leave that. Covie, no. Constantly, she's got to learn what to leave, what not to leave, really. She'll learn it. She will figure it out. No. No. Be a good girl. Well on, Coves. Good girl. Well on, Covie. Good girl, Coves. 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 Good girl, Covie. Well on, bubs. No, Covie, leave it. Covie, walk away. Wait, Covie, leave it. This way, come on. What are you doing? Come back that way for? You want to swim in the little puddle? You want a little paddle in the puddle? Is that what you want to, the paddle in the puddle? Come on in. Wait. Come on in, Nutter. You could have just stayed on the grass, That would have worked perfectly well, thank you very much. Would indeed, yes. Well, to think of it, years ago we used to come down this area. We had dogs to play there, in the river there. But it's a tiny little area, and you get another dog there, and suddenly it's packed. Come on, Coves, this way. This way, Coves. This way, Bubba, girl. Come on. There you go, Bubba. Yeah, the one over the field over there, again, it's okay, but again, you get another couple of dogs there, and again, packed. Well, it certainly is going to be with these 7. Well, including Lucy as well. Yeah, it shouldn't be packed, won't it? With 7 collies there, and then any other dog turns up, it'll be overpacked. Yeah, so... the place we found today, yesterday and today, is a far better option. It's just on that path that we walk now. Just over from there. Oh, and there's a lot of area where you can walk down and get further away from if there are other dogs. Oh, you can walk further up or further down and get away from those areas, which is cool. Soon find a space away from. There you go, Mr. Chew. Chew seems to be back to normal, which is good. We were playing indoors earlier and just playing a bit of tuggy with an old football, and Covie was getting involved. She was grabbing a bit of the ball and tugging it with Chewie, Riley and little Mickey Mouse, and the four of them were having a tug of this whole ball. Yeah. And she was growling and snarling while she was tugging. She was having great fun. She was knackered after, it was completely knackered. So, but that's good. That's exactly what you want for her. Oh yeah. Amber, come here. She's on the search for food again, isn't she? Right. Problem is, she doesn't understand the fact that somebody could put poison down, and she's going to eat it. She's 2 weeks away from having puppies, and her puppies will die. And for what? For what? For a chance of a little bite of something to eat when she's going to go home and get food anyway after this. That's the point. People say that dogs are intelligent, or collies are intelligent. They're not that intelligent, are they really? Yeah. They're not trying to overhype the intelligence of dogs, because they're not quite that intelligent in any way, shape or form. If they were, they wouldn't be doing that, would they? They wouldn't be constantly looking for food. Mollie, what you got? What you got, Mollie? What you got, baby? You got a ball. Mollie, got a ball. There you go, baby. Leave it there. Ball. Is that a good ball? Did you get it from the car, or did you find it? I mean, you must have found it. Cool. Okay. Well, that's 2 balls today. I hit the ball for them into the water, and Mollie went in to get it. I thought she had got it. Problem is, there's another dog walking towards us with their owner, so I was busy focused on that and Amber. So I didn't keep my eye on where Mollie was going to try and get the ball, otherwise I could have directed her. So, yeah, we lost that ball. And Amber's getting so much better now. The only time she gets a bit growly with dogs is if a dog comes right over to her. And that's right now because of the fact she's pregnant. She doesn't want to be harassed by a dog. I wonder what all this is on the floor. Jesus. Tons of this all over the floor. Could be from the trees, I suppose. Yeah. That's right, from the trees. Well, it's everywhere. So it must be coming from the trees. Hi. Either that or it's raining, whatever that is. Yeah. Hello. Money go. Alright, I'll take the ball. You take that, I'll take the ball. Not a bad ball, I'll take that. They can go in the car later. Amber! Come here. Of course, she's off trying to search around by the bins over there. Or was until I called her back. Yeah. I say with regards to COVID, it's a case of write to your local MP, ask them to challenge the government. You keep on putting pressure on them, they will do so, because what their fear is that when it comes to elections, they will lose their seats. And that's going to happen. Some of them are going to lose their seats because of the fact that they are not holding the government to account in any way, shape or form. And when it comes down to it, they could lose their seats as a result of that. Because their job is really to hold the government to account. Even if they sort of agree with the government, they should still be challenging what the government is doing, at least asking important questions. Yeah? That's their job. Their job is not just to represent the people, but to represent the country. If they are the party in power, but if they are the party not in power, their job is to continually challenge the government. Not to go along with the government. Amber, get in now. Come on, stay with Dad. Stay with Daddy, Amber. No more of that. Be a good Bubba girl. I wonder if we saw this person yesterday. I think we did, yeah. Yeah, I think we did. Wet wax. Right. Covie, come. This way. Covie. Covie, Covie. Come, Bubba. Come this way. Covie. Alright, come on, Covie. Over here. Covie, come on, this way. This way, come on, Covie. Come, Bubba. Amber, walk away. Dirty dog. Oh dear. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're certainly in places like Scotland. You can hold the politicians up here accountable because we're still going to have the local elections in May, so that's good. In England, I'm not sure if they're going to, but if they're not, then again, they should. They should be doing it. I mean, shops like Tesco's, Asda, Sainsbury's, all the rest, Lidl's can be open, and they can manage having people walking around. There's no reason why voting booths can't be open. No reason at all. And it's not a case where saying, oh, well, the politicians want to go into people. No, they don't, generally speaking. They don't. And people certainly don't want politicians knocking on their door, only lying to them. What's the point in that? Yeah. Let people vote based on what's been happening over the last few years and how the politicians have been behaving themselves over the last few years. Yeah. Well, for example, in the last election, the Liberal Party had been behaving themselves rather badly. They were incredibly arrogant and cocky, thinking that they had a chance to win, and they lost most of their seats. Even the leader lost her seat because they were arrogant. They were coming out with policies of what they want to do that were completely insane. Yeah, certainly with regards to Brexit, they were continually saying they weren't willing to listen to the people. And the thing of it is, if you're not willing to listen to the people, then the people shouldn't ever listen to you. You're basically saying all the while to the people that even if we tell you this is what we're going to do, and you vote for us wanting that, we're not going to do it. Or we probably won't. The Liberal Party had already lied to the electorate when they talked about student fees, and that they would abolish that if they got in. Well, they did get in. With the Conservatives, they got in. And then they ignored their policies straight away. They dropped their policies. But they made a promise to the students to say that they would do that. Then they didn't. Now, of course, when it then came to the next election, people remembered that, didn't they? Yeah. Certainly the election afterwards, which was the one we just had, people remembered that. They remembered that, hold it, these are the same people who lied to us about student fees, then didn't care what we were saying about Brexit, whether we wanted to leave or remain. The fact that most people voted to leave, then leave should have been it. Yeah? Couldn't care less whether these politicians agree or disagree. We voted to leave. Leave was what we voted for. We were told that we would get what we voted for. That should have been it. There shouldn't have been any of this game plan that they were doing. That shouldn't have happened. They weakened the position of the UK in the negotiations with Europe. Simple. They did. Covie, this way. Come on, bigger. And that's why, as a political party, the Liberals were basically wiped out in the last general election. Yeah. They've got a few members there. That's it. The leader, gone. Lost a seat. Yeah. Their party was probably the strongest it had been for a long, long time. Now it's the weakest it has been for a long, long time. Yeah. So it shows that you can certainly send a message to these politicians. Definitely you can do that. You can definitely do that. And they are afraid that you could do that. Well, Labour Party, again, were doing quite well before the last election. They lost a ton of seats. A ton of seats. Yeah. Covie. Covie. Come now. Come on. This way. Yeah, the reality is that, yeah, the Tories, they want to remain in control, so therefore they're afraid. Part of their decision making right now, part of their caution, is that they don't want a load of people to die on their watch. So they are being overly cautious. The problem is that they're causing a lot more misery, well, potentially causing a lot more misery by being so cautious compared to what they would cause if they just opened up. Well, as I say, if you are someone who needs treatment for lungs or heart or kidneys or anything like that, but anything that isn't necessarily life-threatening, but if left for a year or so would be life-threatening, then you could die because we've continually gone into lockdown when it wasn't necessary. Yeah, because we focused everything on COVID. When again, it wasn't necessary to do that. I mean, the whole plan should have been from day one to now, or it could be now, still. They could just have said in the last couple of days, okay, we're in a situation now where basically the people sort of over the age of 70 have had both jabs. So therefore, you go ahead. You can come out if you want to come out. You don't need to be 2 meters. You've had both, so you're not going to get the virus and die from it, most likely. You may get the virus and transfer it to someone else, but that's why we're going to say anyone else out there who is vulnerable and hasn't had the second jab yet, please stay indoors. Go out if you need to, but wear your face mask and stay to 2 meters. Once you've had the second jab, then you can relax a bit more. Okay? Simple. Just do that. That would have been the idea. Cove. Come, baby. Coves. Clever girl. You saw the opening of the fence, didn't you? Well done, Bubba. Well done, babes. You're a clever girl, aren't you? You're doing good. Well done, Coves. Well done, Bubba girl. Well done, Coves. Come, babes. No, she is doing well. She's a clever girl, little Covie. She is indeed. She's doing very well. You can see, like when we go on walkies, she carries a stick and then she'll go just in front and chew the stick a bit while waiting for you. As soon as you go past, you pick up my stick and follow you. Yeah. Typical collie, really. Come on, Bubba girl. She's learning very, very well. She is. Part of it is she's copying these. She's definitely doing that. But she's developing her own personality as well. And that will develop. She's doing good. She is indeed. As you see, she's pretty good off lead. She comes uncalled. Well, she does now. For a few nights. And initially, she was a bit more sort of resistant, but she's doing better now. She is. Oh yeah. She got told off earlier. She climbed up. I've got one plant left of lavender. One little tiny plant. I put it in its own plant pot with loads of lovely compost. Compost that I basically got myself, made up. And I've had it sat in an old chest fridge freezer outside. Loads of soil with a bit of compost, bits of old bits of vegetables, that sort of stuff, and eggshells. Been over a year, 2 years. That's been sitting there for. It will end up being put over the garden at some point, or into the garden at some point. Yeah. probably, yeah. I'll have to get another bucket so I can put it from there into the bucket and then put it onto the garden there. Come here, Amber! Amber! Here! Come here, Bubs. So there's people with somebody. Look. They must have walked down that path there and come down this way. Because they weren't in front of us all the way. Oh. Oh, well. Who's barking there? Riley's barking at someone. Smiley, Riley, what's the matter? What's the matter, Smiley? Who did you see, mate? Did you see someone, Smiley? Did you? I don't think there's anyone there, Bubs. I can't see anyone there, mate. Doesn't mean there isn't anyone, just means I can't see anyone. Maybe he did. Oh. No idea. But yeah, so with regards to COVID, yeah. It would have been advantageous had the politicians made wiser decisions. That's a certainty. But again, that's the fault of the people, not voting in wise people, you see. And again, that's partly because, you know, same as the reason why you're voting Trump. Part of the reason why people voted in Trump is because they looked at Trump and they said, well, I look quite intelligent compared to him. So let's vote in a complete moron because it makes me look more intelligent. I mean, you know, Boris Johnson is pretty much the same, isn't he, really? Yeah. He's a bit of a buffoon. And the problem is, when you've got a bit of a buffoon in charge, with, yeah, during a time when you've got one of the worst pandemics of certainly the last 200 years, then, yeah, you're asking for trouble, aren't you, really? But again, okay, nobody knew we'd be going into this necessarily with him in charge. Certainly no one knew with him in charge we'd be going for this, through this, but we are. Yep. Well, especially with trying to negotiate Brexit at the same time as COVID, you've got to say they haven't done too bad, really, considering. But well, certainly considering buffoon and Brexit, yeah, the way they've handled COVID hasn't been too bad. It could have been a damn sight worse. That's a certainty. Come, Bubs. Mollie, come on, Amber. Over here, Amber. Why are you over there? I do not know. Oh, there's baby. Baby with her mum. Baby loves her mum, didn't you? Covie loves her mum. Didn't you, Covie? You love your mum? She loves Micky Moo as well, though. Covie, leave it. No more dinky. You don't leave it, Covie. Enough. Leave it. I don't know what it is, but leave it. And that as well. Leave that as well. Leave Ronnie. Covie, no. That's it. You go and chase Riley. There you go. Come on, Cobes, this way. Come, Cobes. You go in front of those two. There you go. I'll go through in the middle, you go over there. Covie, walk away. Probably did find a little puddle there. Yeah. Come here, Amber. Covie, this way. Come on, this way. There's Chewie over there with Micky. You can just about see Micky's collar there. And there's Mollie over there. Mollie Collie, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mollie Collie? I see ya. Yeah, there's Mollie Collie. Just about to see her there. There's Mollie Collie. There she is with a big old sticky. You got a big old sticky, Mollie Collie. And you got a big old sticky. Clever girl, Mollie Kylie, eh? Clever girl, Mollie Kylie. Clever girl, Mollie Kylie, ain't you, Bubba, eh? Why don't Mollie Kylie? Mollie Kylie got a big old stick into Bubs. Well, as I say, Lucy Lou, yeah, she's got a bit of hurt. Don't know what. The dog barking somewhere. Over there somewhere, the dog barking. Was that a doggy barking, Mollie? Did you turn it off, did you? Okay. Alright, mate. Well, you said hello at least. All fun and games. Oh dear. Well, put it this way, with regards to COVID, we've got to come out of it at some point. At some point. So, really, I understand the politicians want to come out of it with the least amount of damage possible. The problem is they're only looking at one small picture. That small picture being COVID cases, COVID deaths, particularly people dying of actually COVID without any other conditions, basically. You take it. Come on, Covie. Come, Bubba girl. Walk on, walk on. Come on, Bubs. Yeah. Well, as I say. Well, again, if that was the case, right? Now, put it this way. If that was really the case, that they were concerned about people dying purely of COVID, with nothing else, but just COVID, why is it then that they've manufactured the death rate that anyone who's gone into hospital and died when they've actually had COVID, even if they died of something else, not COVID, they've said it's a COVID death. They've used that to try and get people to lock down. So they've created so much fear of COVID deaths by, pretending the death rate is so much higher than what it actually is. Come on this way. That, if they continue to report a death rate as they have done, it makes it look so much worse moving forwards than it actually is. Well, they were talking about a lady on Julia Hartley-Brewer earlier. I think it's her. It might have been the other one, Mike Graham. But it's talk radio anyway. And this lady does that work really, diagnostic with all this sort of stuff like viruses. And she was basically saying that, she knew months ago, absolutely months ago, that there were loads of false positive tests. And part of the reason was because they could see in the records that on Monday there were fewer people testing positive than there were on Tuesday, and then more on Wednesday, and then more on Thursday, and then more on Friday, and then less again on Monday. And everyone said that's because of the fact that the lab gets cleaned at the weekend. It doesn't get cleaned until the weekend, but it has a thorough deep clean at the weekend. So therefore, a lot of those cases beforehand are because there's cross-contamination of COVID. Because there's molecules of COVID in the air. So therefore, you do a load of tests, and a lot of tests are going to come up as COVID positive, even though they're not actually COVID positive. But she was saying that in the real world of diagnostics, like that sort of thing, what you're supposed to do, if you come up with a positive, you're supposed to then confirm that positive with a face-to-face examination of the individual. But they're not doing that. They haven't done that at all. So you get all these false positives, and a lot of these false positives are because of the way that these tests are being carried out, and the diagnosis are being carried out. and the fact that, the conditions that they're doing it in, and because of the fact that they're going for speed rather than accuracy. And again, excuse me, you're using these figures to lock down the country, and you're not concerned about accuracy. And again, the press is not concerned at the lack of concern for accuracy. Nobody seems to be that concerned. The only people that seem to be that concerned are people on talk radio. None of the other radio stations seem to care. The TV stations don't seem to care. Newspapers don't seem to care. It's horrendous. You look at it from the point of view of, as I say, what is the situation going to be at the end of this? How are things going to look with regards to other cases of health issues getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and people dying of things that were preventable beforehand? How many people are going to die of that sort of stuff because of all this? Even these extra 2 months. What could happen in those extra 2 months? I mean, basically, look, they can say to the people now that, all the measures will be basically, cut by the mid-June, and we shouldn't come back into another lockdown. The problem is, what do people think? Covie, leave now. Enough. Come here, Coves. Covie, come here. Got to do your collar. Come here, Mollie. Do yours. It's a good boy. She's got a sticker. Do yours, my girl. Come here. Where's your bit? Over here. Come here, Amber. Chewie. Mickey, come here. Come on, my girl. Do yours. Come here, Chew. I say the lack of a concern in that way is